The month of May is recognized as National Foster Care Awareness Month. So today we'll talk about what each of us can do to help fix the foster care system. Joining me now is Rob Scheer, the founder and CEO of Comfort Cases. He's going to share what his local organization is doing to lead that charge. Rob, welcome to Great Day, Washington. Thank you for being here.
Thank you so much, my friend, for having me. This is great.
Yes, this is always great to see you. You are doing such important work, Rob. What do people need to know in general about the foster care system?
Well, you know, first of all, I have to tell you, it's not me doing the work, it's all of us doing the work.
Yes.
You know, we have one child every 2 minutes in the United States enters foster care. That's 700 kids a day. We're close to up to 400,000 kids in our system across the United States. But what I don't think people realize is that when these kids enter the system, and by the way, my friend, they enter because of a choice that someone else made, they're actually handed a trash bag. I handed a trash bag. I know that firsthand as a kid who grew up in the system where I was handed a trash bag, and then to adopt my 5 children who all arrived carrying a trash bag. At Comfort Cases, we decided no more. So 13 years ago, we decided to put a backpack together and give children in foster care all the essential items. Their own bar of soap, their own lotion, their own blanket. I mean, look how beautiful this blanket is. These are made from people all over the country.
And brand new. They're not
brand
used.
Brand new. They get a stuffy, they get a book. And we've actually delivered over 265,000 of these cases to all 50 states, DC, Puerto Rico, and the United Kingdom.
Incredible. Now, these are things that they need, but also talk about the dignity that we're giving little children who are moving from house to house.
I mean, first of all, we have to realize, let's start to talk about statistics. You know, we only see 54% of kids in foster care graduate high school. We only see 3% get a 4-year degree, and 80% of our death row inmates were actually in the system. If that doesn't tell us as a nation that we have failed, you know, one of the biggest issues I have is we've seen all these cutbacks in government. Well, guess what? They've cut back CASA. You know, our court-appointed special advocates, these are the frontline volunteer workers that work with these kids. These kids get social worker after social worker after social worker, but guess what? They get one CASA, and now we've cut that. So we're actually going to see a huge difference within our system.
Wow. How can people get involved to help?
You know, the fact is I say this all the time, each and every person can do something. The world, most of you think, spin on an axle. It doesn't. It spins from the doers who push it every day. So get up and do. You can go to comfortcases.org. You can volunteer to come to our national headquarters, which is located in Gaithersburg, Maryland, and help us pack cases. You can become a bag buster. For just $10 a month, I literally can take a trash bag out of a child's hand and give them one of these beautiful backpacks. And as if you notice, nothing's branded on here. You know, we don't want kids to walk around as a billboard. We want kids to walk around with hope and with dignity.
And to know that someone cared enough for them to put this together. Now, you have grown from where you were in Maryland. Now you're doing cases all over the country. You talk about youth experiencing foster care instead of a foster child. Why is that important to say that?
You know what? I think it's very important for our vocabulary. You know, the fact is we as a nation have been able to change our vocabulary and no longer say, look at the homeless man sitting on the corner. We say, look at the man who is experiencing homelessness. You know, we actually dignify that man. Well, guess what? It's time to start dignifying children in foster care. These are children who are experiencing foster care. I have been all over this country in almost every state talking to people about changing vocabulary. And the reason why is when you say foster in front of a child, the first thing that comes to people's mind is, what did that kid do wrong? They do. Or how much trouble is that kid? Or how much trauma? And what I want them to do is first to realize it's a kid. It's a kid. You know, and they happen to be experiencing foster care.
Just as you were, Rob, and the children that you adopted, and you were doing such amazing work with the help of all of us. It's not just you, it's everyone. Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you, my friend. Thank you for having me.
To learn more on how you can support youth experiencing foster care, visit comfortcases.org and follow them on social media at Comfort Cases.